Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk about level design, especially level design for my game Only Control. Only Control is a game like Ghost Runner, Mirror's Edge, together with a bit of Half-Life. And I just wanted to point out some examples of level design and what they should teach the player and how the player is guided through the level. I just wanted to show some examples and some rules I follow, and keep in mind that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a level design expert or something like that. Just maybe you can learn something from this, and maybe not, maybe it's just for entertainment, maybe it's also the worst advice ever. But let's get right into it in the first example in my first level. Okay, let's look at the first example. The first example is in the first level, right at the start. The player knows nothing about the game right now, just how to walk around and how to look around. And that's the first thing you will see, like you step outside of the entrance of the level, of the place where the first cutscene is happening. You step outside here and the game really begins. In this section I really want to explain the slower mechanics of the game, like just walking around, jumping a bit, and the level design really reflects that. Like the level design is very linear, like you see right in front of you where you have to go, it's just straight ahead. You have to move in some curves here, you can move up this ramp. It's really easy to know the right way because it's just straight ahead, and it's also this fencing here where you can see through and know where the level is leading you. Also the lights lead you in the right direction. Here you have this street light which shows you, yes, you have to go here. And also when you come up here, you naturally turn your camera this way because you don't want to look at the grading, and then you will already facing in the right direction to move up this ramp right here. So the less experienced players won't explore this area maybe because this area is very dark, but you can also go up here if you know what you're doing. But for the first time players, the other way is definitely preferred. But as you can see, this fencing is also designed that you can just jump up here and don't have to take the ramp around or something like that. Like I always want to provide a way for the beginners and the first time players to play the game, that they have an easy time and also learn the things they have to know. But if you're an experienced player who plays for the second or third time, you should be able to move quickly through the level. And if you're an experienced player, you maybe take this barricade right here and vault over it and then jump up here, and then you're right on track to here. Or maybe you even take this way to be more straight on and jump up here. So you just have different ways to go through the level, but one way is more obvious and more targeted at the first time player. So when you are a first time player, you walk up here, you go to this ramp, and there you will get the first prompt and you learn how to climb up things. This first air unit here is also designed that way that you can go up it in many different ways. Like you can jump and then climb, or you also can just climb. It's the perfect height to go up this step, so all the climbing animations will work. That's the first climb you do, and then you immediately faced with this fence that you can jump over and also can't vault over for some reason. And every player then thinks to himself, yeah, how do you get over that? And to teach that mechanic, you just have to press twice, once in the air to vault over that. And I want to explain that to the player very early on, because that's really important that you press spacebar in the air to vault over things which are not on the ground. So that's very important. So I also make the player stuck right here. Like you can't get over this if you don't press a spacebar a second time, no matter how precise you jump up this. So that's that section right here, and then you are over the fence, and then this drop happens. You can see the lighting right here which comes down here, so you know where you have to go and really see what's important. All the other stuff isn't important. You just go down here, then you learn how to sprint. This area is a bit weird, like why do you learn how to sprint in this pit? But it's expected that the player sprints and jumps up here, because that's a bit easier if he sprints. If he doesn't sprint, you still can get up here. That's kind of bad game design, but the jump would be way more difficult if I would prevent that. So it's kind of this way, you climb up here and then you did it. You learned how to vault and to sprint and the basic jump stuff. This area is just for decoration. That's the second route, or maybe the third route, because if you're an experienced player, you can just go up here and vault up here, and then you are also here. Like, that's maybe a faster way if you're an experienced player, because you have the slow climbing animation there. But if you're really experienced, you can just jump on this machine and then you can climb up here. And I think that's the fastest way the speedrunners will take, but it's also the most difficult, because you have to climb on this small vending machine and then get up here. And that's the first level like designed. Like, you can see the easy path through there, and then you go there and down there. And the more difficult path is when you go right there, up there, and either this way over this side path, or you take the vending machine up right to there. That's the first tutorial explained how I designed it, how it should teach the player the different mechanics, and also provide some cool movement options for the experienced players if they go through the game again. Okay, and here we are at the second example. So the first level is like very fast moving, so you learn a lot of things in a very short amount of time, because I still want to make a whole game after that and not just teach you all the mechanics and then you are finished with the game. Here we have the jump pad section. This section should you teach how to use jump pads. So this is a jump pad right here, very simple. You just walk on it and then you bounce in the air. That's the whole gist of it. But this section will also re-elaborate the wall running, which you can see right here. Is big wall running sections and also moving platforms. So like, you learn those three things and now they mix together. But let's actually talk about this section. You are learning about jump pads right here. Okay, so at first you have a safe environment right here. You can jump up and then you are up, and there it's a little bit more unsafe at the second jump, because the fence is not right here, but you shouldn't really fall into that. Then you can also climb up if you are a good player, or take the second jump pad and just walk up. Now you have to really watch out. Then you make this jump next. It's kind of a small platform right here, but also not too small. You should make it, and it's also a really easy jump, like very automatic. And then we have this little section where you just have to climb up here, but it's a bit of a hard section, so if you fail the jump, if you're sprinting, you just walk right on there. If you're not sprinting, you can climb up that to save yourself. A little safety net for the starting players. Then you can just jump right over there. The jump is not that hard. Right there I didn't hold forward. The launch pad launches you in the right direction pretty much. So if you just hold a little bit in the right direction, you will land exactly on here. Then you have these wall runs here, and those wall runs look very intimidating, very complicated, but if you really look into it, it's very easy, because you just hold forward and move your camera a bit. All of this didn't require a single input from me. After this section come this small resting place, and in this resting place you can fall down. It's also pretty easy movement, and also a small decision again. You can decide how you get up here. You can either use this wall run right here, or you can use this vending machine to get up here, however way you choose. After that you have a checkpoint right here, so that's the hardest section, which comes after. This whole section is all without a checkpoint. This section here is the goal. When you are right here, you are safe. This section maybe looks intimidating, but it really isn't that intimidating. Like, this wall run is pretty automatic. It shoots you in the right direction with the angle. You come right here. Then you have this jump pad, and you really have to watch out for this platform. But however the platform is right now, you will make it on there. It's not that hard. The next thing is you just jump around here, and then you have these big jumps that fling you right there. And you saw this big jump right now. I didn't press any single button. Like, that's how easy those jumps are made. Also, we have this railing here that should save the player again. Then you get to this wall run. It's also very easy, because you have this whole balcony right here that catches you. At first there was only this balcony right here, and many players fell right down because they didn't hold right at this time. So I added another balcony, so it's much easier. And then you jump on here, and then you have this. You will automatically land right here, and then you just have to time your jumps with the moving platforms. To really combine all the elements, you have the jump pad, you have the moving platform, and the wall run right there. That's the final section, and you have to walk. Yes, you can toggle walking, and then when you jump here, You can always save yourself with a ledge grab, so even if you don't jump because you're already off the ledge, you can save yourself. And then you made it. Okay, here we are back at this section. Let's now look at the route for players that are very experienced. Like here I just want to provide different routes. One route is, for example, right up here. You can go this route with the umbrella, but you can also just take this jump pad and hold forward, and then you will also make it right up here. And after that you can go up here, but if you are a pro player, you slide onto that, boom, and you directly can ledge grab right there. Many different options right here, like directly going above this fence or just taking one of those routes right there. And here we have another pro route because there's a little gap where you can run on, and you maybe already see what I'm going for. You can jump from up here directly down to here, but it's not that easy, but I just did it first try. You can also do this if you are a pro. So yeah, maybe you can see the approach I take to my level design. It's always I want to provide the good players with some cool movement options they can take to complete the level fast or skip annoying parts, like with the moving platform right here, and the noob players should get some easy ways to traverse the level. But this is all just some tutorial, so let's actually look at the third level and the section right there. Welcome back in the Dreadful Slums, the third level of the game. By now you have all the abilities there are to unlock in the game. You can go third person, have your drone, have your pistol, have your sword. So now the game really begins. But there's the first major section with the first real gameplay of the level, which you have to defeat some enemies, and you can also use your gun right there. But let's talk about the section that comes after when you enter this tunnel right here. At first we have some exploring to do. You can look at all the beautiful level design right here, and then you have this there, and those gas canisters, you know that they are physics elements, so you just can push them down the stairs because that's fun. Physics are fun. That's just a little interactable element right here. And then when you come right down here, you can also find some ammo, 2 bullets right here. And now I pick them up and I can use them for the next section. Those bullets should also like give you the idea maybe there is some more combat ahead. So you go down here. Right about now you should know that there is some combat because you immediately get shot at. And what did here is you get shot at, but you probably will be missed right here by this bullet because you walk down here. You hear the sound, you will move out of the way because you have to move out of the way of the bullet. This bullet should fly right past you, and you can really hide behind this concrete beam right here and decide what you can do next. Because in this level you have many different options what you can do. 3 main options I would consider different playstyles of some sorts. First of all, if you are an observant player, you can maybe see this wire run right into here, which gives this little alcove right here. You see also another enemy right before you, but this light points exactly at the opening where you have to go, because you can go in this grating underground vent. We can do this right now. If you dodge this bullet, you can go right under there and sneak down here right past the enemies. The enemy doesn't see you right there. Maybe a bit unrealistic because you have big massive glowing swords right on your back. Then you will climb up here, and the wire again should tell you where you have to go because maybe you are a bit disoriented. Now let's look at the second example. If you just a very focused person, you can just run straight at the enemy, defeat it that way, or maybe peek out the corner and shoot him. But if you walk a bit further, you will see this yellow enemy which shoots 3 times at you, which is way more dangerous right here, and you will be pretty surprised by him, but you can probably handle him, especially right here. You can just run past him, he won't hit you if you're fast enough, and then you can take care of him. But then there is also the right way on the right side, and if you go here, you know what will happen. You dodge this, you go here, the yellow enemy will shoot at you, and that's pretty dangerous because you really have to watch out. The yellow enemy is pretty dangerous because you have walls right here that will prevent you from moving further to the left or right, so you can't dodge him that easily. But if you're right here, you are pretty screwed in my opinion, because now you have to figure out a way to get past those two. But then you can go up here and then just camp up here maybe, but the other enemy will be in the way, so you have to move around. And yeah, you see, the right way is not really the right way in this case, because it's the most dangerous way. And yeah, you see how the level design is of me. Like, I always try to provide different ways. Like here you have various different ways, but at the end it always leads to this exit. Maybe plan out a route you want to use, because it's always smarter to get a route before you just charge into everything and try to kill everything. Like if you are observant, it's very easy to get through the game, but if you just throw yourself at the enemies in the same way, you probably will die in the same way. But that's my game design approach, my level design approach, how I design those levels to be fun, replayable, with different routes for different skill sets and different kinds of players. So a hallway like this one can turn into a very complicated level design if you really break it down. What's just important for me is that the player really thinks about the environment and don't just run at the enemies and try to kill them that way. And yeah, those were the 3 sections I wanted to show for this video. I wanted to explain my game design approach with only control with those sections, because I thought those were some good examples. So if you find this interesting, maybe check out the game. It's available on itch.io. And if you are interested in more level design or game design things in general, just tell me in the comments or tell me other areas of my game you would like to see. Get the game on itch.io. Have a great and wonderful day, and bye bye.